for an Allstate agent, providing protection that fits your life is something they treat well personally. Allstate agents are Brook, Illinois.
Never took your side, never crossed your 10. Looks like Sean Dickinson. No, let it go. Oh, Saunders back into the pack. Takes Monster. Donovan finished. Sean English finished. Oh my God, are you? Caution! No way. Or he's gonna dive bomb him. Here he goes. He's gonna try a bomb. All the way to his bumper. Can he shove him? Can't do it. Dylan is gonna win it here in Iowa.
Try to knock him out of the way. 61.
Bump and run. Oh, he's done this before.
Bump and run. The 61 to the inside. Can he make it work? He's got it.
Inside the O2. He's sliding. Oh, Burrows is around. Oh, the wrecking right in front of him. That's Mokrin.
Jones is a great run on the high side.
Drive off the corner and
They're gonna be side by side. This is gonna be a photo finish. 3 wide off the wire, and that's the stripe. It's gonna be Ruggles. Oh my God, what a finish! Pace car is in. We're up and away. Green flag.
61. Dominic Howell.
Oh, he gets hooked! Oh my God! Hard into the wall. Huge track on the start finish line. Who comes out on top?
Dallas Mayan wins.
Dallas Mayan wins it. What? Make quick work of that number 9 of Eric Andrews. Andrews washes up the racetrack. Oh, let's go! Oh, no! Oh, they're gonna be wrecking. That's the big one. Oh my God, Connor's involved. They're still wrecking. Atlanta Motor Speedway, also formerly known as the Atlanta International Speedway, is a 1.5-mile oval racetrack located in Hampton, Georgia, in the United States. So, yeah, that was a horrible intro. Apologies about that. But anyway, we're here at Atlanta. Hot Atlanta is known as. It's been around on the NASCAR circuit ever since the 1990s. It's been rebuilt, actually, in the 1997s. When they actually swapped out the back straightaway and the front straightaway, and they made it a quad oval, which is now known for its bumpy turns and slick racing surface. Otherwise than that, we welcome here tonight for the Atlanta 200, round number 5 out of 23. The NFRL Berserker Series is going to go green here for 130 laps, and it should be a good one. One of the more longer races going to be ran here for tonight, so it should present us with a lot of action. The last time we ran here was actually in the preseason. Everybody went hectic over the photo finish, where I think it was Heatre who came out up top with a photo finish as we're wrecking off of turn number 2. Getting set for this qualifying run here in just a slight, so we're going to back ourselves to the side. Apologies about the long intro and such, trying to get that corrected. But otherwise than that, a lot of drivers lined up here for tonight, a total of 29, 30, 31, 32, 33 entries. Just about as much as we had at Martinsville, so it should be a fun race from the start of the green flag to the drop of the checkered, and hopefully we don't go over the 2 green-white checkers that we did the last 2 races at Texas and Martinsville. Currently up front, though, with practice going in and out, John Furness, the number 82, has left his mark on the track. So wheel it to first place in front of Dylan Alt, Eddie Kerner, Robbie Audi, and I think that's a 77 to Mark Stryker. Right after qualifying, we're going to go over points, but we're going to step ourselves to the side as we're going to go ahead and play the national anthem. So go ahead, rise out, remove your hats as we salute our nation's colors. If you're now just joining us here for tonight, the NFRL Berserker Series is going to go live here at Atlanta after 10 minutes of qualifying. Logs itself on the board. I'm the only one in the booth here for tonight. My name is Ezekiel Reyes, the host of KMN. Glad you guys are here out to join us for tonight's 130 lapper. Total of 200 miles going to be ran here for tonight. No stages. NFRL doesn't run stages. Don't know what the pit window is, so that's going to be in question as we progress on with the race, and pit road speed going to be ran at 50 miles per hour. We'll go ahead and toggle up points right in front of your screen. Zach Nichols, after picking up the win at Martinsville over the I forgot who it was, but I need to go ahead and check that right now. But Zach Nichols, after picking up the win at Martinsville, comes up top with the points lead. Aaron Mulrooney Jr. came out second, Carl Hanwork in third. Matt Kemp, I think that was a person, no, yeah, it was Matt Kemp, who he was duking it out with those 150 laps at Martinsville. It should be a fun one to see them go ahead and duke it out yet again. Zach Nichols coming from a win. I think that does put him, like, I think 1-2 bonus points ahead with that win, but I'm not really sure. But fortunately for Zach Nichols, he pulls it up front alongside Aaron Mulrooney Jr., who got actually a very nice finish at Martinsville, finished second. A couple notable drivers who are not in the field as of right now. Nick Miller, one of them. I don't think Joseph Kizik is here tonight. Nick Miller is running in the top 10, I think, in points. He was actually running 6th, though. Since he didn't show up here for tonight, it's really going to hurt him coming in for tonight. Carl Hanwork picked up the win in round number 1 at Texas. He currently sits in 4th. As of right now, Bryson Clark, I think the only person in this top 3 without a win. No, John Furness is also up there in 2nd place. He's actually picked up a pole, I think, at Auto Club. 2 top 5s in this season. Running fairly nicely in that number 82. And he was the fastest in practice. But we'll see how qualifying goes out for him. Still have about 5 minutes left in qualifying remaining. So these drivers are waiting for these temperatures to cool down. Speaking of temperatures, we're going to go ahead and look at our weather as of right now. Weather looking 84 degrees, humidity 1%, partly cloudy skies, wind going fairly strong at in the northerly direction, going 11 miles per hour. But obviously the venue right in front of your screen, Atlanta Motor Speedway. As I said, the last time it was paved was the last time it got reconfigured back in 1997. So this is about, I think, nearly more than 20-year-old track surface. Turned 20 in 2017, and it's been that way ever since. And the more years that go on, the more this track ages with its slick surface, also known as Hotlanta. But the temperatures are fairly cool out as of right now. Actually, they're actually not really cool. 114 degrees on the track as of right now. I'm expecting for that to rise up once we progress on with the race, especially in race conditions when the track gets rubbered in and everything starts to go haywire. Because the track is so slick, you can run any kind of groove, especially in turns 1 and 2. That's going to be the watch point for passing here for tonight. Turn 3 is most likely going to be all the way tucked up right against the white line. But I'm not going to say you can't make a pass on that second groove. Otherwise than that, not really much to say. We're going to go ahead and pull up standings right on the left-hand side of your screen. Matt Kemp, the number 48's name is not showing up. I might have to go ahead and restart ATVO just for it to pull itself up. I'm actually just going to do that right now. We've already showed up points, so I'll talk about points during the green flag stints and such. But 13 people in total have qualified as of right now in this plus 30 car field. The last qualifier being 47 of Skylar Carnes. Dylan Alt still up front, but as I said, that 86, I mean not 86, the 82 of John Furness does have a fast lap time in practice, so you never know until then. There we go. There we go, everybody's name is showing up now. It's round number 4 out of 23. Apologies about that. Alright, now everybody's name is shown correctly. I still need to update driver profile pictures. Again, apologies about that. As of right now, proximity speed is showing its strength. 3 of the proximity guys have qualified within that top 5 as of right now. Still some people qualifying on the board. Taking a look at the number 57 of Kyle Smalley, making himself in and around the racetrack. We'll go ahead and follow along with this car as he works himself down the back straightaway into turns number 3. Just floating around that bottom groove, and that's where you want to be within 3 and 4. Writes itself off right against the Monster Energy banner, and that will complete a lap for that number 57. And to log himself into 10th place, Cosman Eisenhow in the number 92, another proximity guy. He's making his debut here tonight in the number 92. Should be fun to see that Ford Mustang push forward for these 130 laps. Pete Gilson in front of the start-finish line, parked at an awkward angle. Probably going to be waiting, as well as his relative, Presley Gilson. Mark Love are on the racetrack as well. He's worked himself off turn number 2 right up against the wall. The wider arc you could get into the corner, the better turn in you'll get through the center. And that's probably going to be where all the speed should be coming from. But as I said, Atlanta is known for tires. You never know how it's going to work out as Mark Love logs himself into the top 10 in 8th place. Liam Sheen out on the racetrack as well, one of the SDM cars making its debut. And at number 21 as he works himself through 1 and 2. Zach Nicole's out on the racetrack as well. And he only has 26 seconds to log in a lap. I don't think it's enough for him, so he's going to start all the way in the rear. Robbie Audi also out on the racetrack as well as he across the start-finish line, and he's probably going to log himself into... That's actually going to be his first lap. He's not going to be able to make it... Oh, nope. Actually, he is. That's his... I thought it wasn't his warm-up lap. I thought it was his warm-up lap, but apparently it's not. He logs himself into 3rd place, which bumps Sean Leisure, one of the proximity cars, outside the top 5. But with that being said, that will summarize qualifying for everybody. And it should be a fun one as Dylan Alt up in front. The outside lane, but it's going to be... I forgot who took the pole, but right in front of your screen, John Furness in the 82 will take pole. And he was fastest in practice, so I'm pretty sure John Furness is looking very strong here for tonight. Dylan Alt's going to have to battle him out within these 130 laps to put himself up front. Robbie Audi and Matt Kemp. Matt Kemp was having a nice run. They're in Martinsville. Came up short to Zach Coles. Vince Marsh, Sean Leisure. Vince had a nice run at Martinsville. Unfortunately, couldn't get it done. Aaron Mulrooney Jr. has a win already in that number 32 at Auto Club. Clark Marble on the outside in the 61. Row number 5 going to be Mark 11. Morgan Baird. Baird? Yeah, it's Baird. Apologies about that if I pronounce it wrong. Row number 6. And everybody else is going to be displayed on your screen. Derek M. Smith, I think, is within the points grasp as of right now. Kyle Smalley qualifying outside the top 10. Chase Sponsor, another proximity person. Derek Winter in the number 9. Or number 10, in number 82, Cosman Eisenhower is gonna make his debut, starting 20th. Joshua Crane into 16, Kevin Foster, Skylar Carnes had a nice run at Auto Club. Unfortunate to him, got caught up in a wreck. Carl Hanwick has a win already this season at Texas. He's gonna be all the way in the rear. Connor Crichton, I think he's also in the points picture. Pete Gilson, Presley Gilson going to be starting nose to tail within each other. Zach Nichols, last week's winner. Eddie Kerner, Dylan Parker. I think Dylan is making his debut here tonight. Liam Sheen also in the 21 making his debut in the SDM car. And Mark Strecker going to be running out the last row here for tonight. Field rolls itself out, and we're gonna set to go green here for 130 laps. A total of 202 miles. Don't know what pit window is, but pit road speed running 50 miles per hour. So working themselves down the back straightaway 2 by 2. John Furness will lead the field to the green flag. If you're now just joining us here for tonight, getting set for the green at Atlanta Motor Speedway, my name's Ezekiel Reyes, and off here at Georgia, Atlanta. Off of turn number 4, pace car going to slide itself onto pit road. The number 82 is John Furness will lead the field to the green flag. Green. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys. Boy, an awkward slip-up by the number 12 of Robbie Audi as he tries to work himself under the number 42 of Dylan Alt. Meanwhile, up front, John Furness is trying to pull away from that second-place scramble as they work into 1 and 2. Still side by side for that second position. Looks like Audi is under attack by number 48 of Matt Kemp, who came off a really nice strong run at Martinsville. Unfortunately, came out fourth. Audi still trying to shove himself to the underside of that 42 as they work off a 4. Maybe a bit of contact as bumpers are being used. Turn number 1, they go. Furness holds half a car length over Dylan Alt as Kemp is going to slide behind that number 12, or attempt to. Right off of 2. Down the back straightaway. Side by side action now. Going to go on for third place. Number 48 of Matt Kemp going to pull himself to the low side, or attempt to. Number 12 of Robbie Audi, but Audi is actually working that second groove. He's pulling himself to the high side of Dylan Alt. Now there's going to be a battle for second place. Therefore, the leader, John Furness, is going to have some real estate. As this battle continues to boil on over, and Alt falls back in position as the number 12 of Audi pulls himself to second. On lap number 5, still a scramble for the lead as Alt does a very aggressive crossover as he tried to pull himself under the number 12 of Robbie Audi. Can't complete it. That causes the number 42 of Dylan Alt to lose a bit of momentum. And Matt Kemp works himself to the high side of that proximity Chevy. Still that top 4 pull away. Meanwhile, for 5th place, Vince Marsh is trying to pull himself forward within this 3rd, 4th place battle. Sean Leisure also in the mix as well. We pull ourselves back within this 13th, 14th place battle. Tyler Logan, Bryson Clark, Eric Lyda trying to go at it as they're just about pulling slide jobs off of turn number 2. Can't get any real estate as they work down coming into 3. Lyda gonna slide himself to the low side. Hanwork gets a bit washed up on the racetrack. 81 of Bonser's trying to work the low side with the number 2 of Eddie Kerner in tow, but Kerner's known for being fast, but he's currently boxed in because I don't think he qualified. In 20th. There's lots of traffic right in front of these fast cars. So that number 2 of Kerner is going to have a lot of work to do as they work on lap number 8. I think this is going to be the longest race, mile-wise, we're going to run here for tonight. Total of 200 miles, just about NIS length. I think we ran 134 here. No, a bit less, 67. No, that's not less. I don't know what I'm saying. I guess top 7 have worked themselves, top 10. That's definitely a huge scramble for 10th position. I guess all the way to Derek M. Smith in number 66. That's 8th place. Broken up from this pack as Rooney searching for some grip, and that number 32 washes himself into that second lane, but chops right in front of the number 43 of Mark Love. Morgan Bard has started in 10th place. He's dropped back 4 positions, but finally he's got himself into nice real estate behind these 6 drivers. Excuse me, 5. Zach Nichols, number 44, is now working himself forward. Started all the way in 28th. Running a different pace scheme than number 44. I'm pretty sure that 44 is Zach Nichols. Oh, as he fights a loose race car. Lots of people fighting it off loose. Handwork is off of shape. Off of turn number 4. You gotta keep care of those tires or else track position is gonna fall off very quickly. Battle for 6th place. Vince Marsh is gonna hold the high side against Derek M. Smith. Marsh is loose. 66, Smith is loose as well. Sean is trying to follow Smith's path, but is also sideways as well on real estate. Got one car all the way to the low side. That's the 57 of Kyle Smalley. He's going to lose a ton of positions, unknowing what happened to him. As John Furness has checked out, battle for second place, Dylan Alt is trying to pull forward against that number 12 of Robbie Audi, who's running the high side and right up the corner, still side by side. As they work on lap number 13. If this thing goes green for most of the way to the first green flag stop, track position is definitely going to be key. The 42 is sideways! Oh my gosh, what a save by Dylan Alt! Alt was dead sideways under the middle of 1 and 2, keeps himself not only on track, but still within top 5's grasp.
Yellow flag is out.
And he'll be saved by that caution as we work off of turn number 2, a big wreck involving the number 17 of Bryson Clark. We're gonna get a replay of what happened to the 17 as they work themselves through 1 and 2, but man, that 42 of Dylan Alt, wheelman to keep it straight. And contact off of 4 handwork involved Clark hard into the inside wall, as along with handwork, who misses the safer barrier. Luckily, this is the virtual sim, so no neck breaking here for tonight. By the looks of it, handwork just got a bit tight right off of the corner. That number 4 machine. Well, actually got loose off of 2. Tried to correct it. Hit the outside wall. Fortunately, the 17 of Bryson Clark victim of circumstances. And into the wall he went. Pit road's open. Everybody obviously going to come onto pit road to take on 4 tires and Sunoco Racing Fuel. And as they do that, we're going to go ahead and present our sponsors here for tonight. Norse Force Racing League, obviously the league that we're broadcasting right now. We want to thank the league owner for letting us the opportunity to broadcast this Xfinity Series. Blaze Pizza. Check them out on blazepizza.com, located across the East and West Coast, I think, all throughout the United States. And Butt Kicker. Butt Kicker, the one and only sim tool used for simulating the car vibrations on the sim. Attach it anywhere on the rig and you're set to go. Butt Kicker, feel what you've been missing. Off the pit road first, you saw it right in front of your screen. John Furness has picked up where he left off. And our league owner is Matt Forthunt. So I want to thank Matthew for lending me the opportunity to broadcast this prestigious Xfinity Series. It's been fun through these 4 races, and we're about to end up here in another great situation on Tuesdays with entertainment. At number 17 is when we're gonna hit the green. The 82 John Furness, as I said, has led the most laps, has led them all, except Audi, who's led 1. And Audi's going to be starting at second lane. Audi's very, very, very good at Atlanta. I would not be surprised if he does take the checkered flag if Furness can't execute out for the win. Matt Kemp has pulled himself into 3rd place. Dylan Alt has fell out, I think, a position. No, he hasn't. He's going to be side by side with 3 proximity teammates in tow. That's going to be Sean Leisure and Rooney Jr. And that 32 and 67. As they work through 3 and 4, we're going to get back up to speed. The number 82 of John Furness, your pole sitter, will take the first green flag restart as pace car slides itself onto pit road. Going to go back green here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Green flag drops, and we're up and away as Matt Kemp gets a nice restart in that number 48. Kemp moves himself into second place. I guess Audi was sleeping on the restart and he calls back to their third, so Audi's gonna have to get some kind of grip going to pull himself back in second place. Meanwhile, scramble in this 10th place by the looks of it. Vince Marsh looks to the low side of Mulrooney Jr. and the number 2 of Eddie Kerner, who's now pulled himself outside of the top 10. A bit of battling going on right behind this. Acting Cole's machine is looking sideways. A bit of blinking going on in the midfield of the pack. The 44 is trying to hold off the 66 and Derek M. Smith as they work themselves into 3 and 4. The 67 of Sean Leisure now in his path. Nichols could really hook up that bottom side and roll through the center of the corner in 3 and 4. I think Zach Nichols is looking for another W here at Atlanta. And I wouldn't be surprised if he does. He's the only person I see in this field who's hooking up 3 and 4 all the way to the yellow, not yellow line. Oh, Leisure's in the wall. He's gonna wreck. Still in the wall. Oh, now they're wrecking in the back. Hard in the wall goes a proximity machine. That's Mulrooney, who's in the top 3 in points. Caution does not come out, though. We're gonna get a replay of what happened. Down the straightaway, and looks like Mulrooney was trying to go to the inside as Leisure got in the wall off of turn number 2. A pair of teammates indirectly wreck each other. And that's a lot of damage to that number 32 of Mulrooney, who's going to take a huge hit in points if he does finish there. Spreads the field out. And Mulrooney is now running 31st. Matt Kemp is looking strong in that number 48. Audi hooking that white line. And pulls himself alongside that 48. As a work into 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, a bit of blinking going on, and the person who's blinking is Derek M. Smith Machine. That number 66, luckily out of harm's way as right now. No, it's not Derek M. Smith, it's the 2 of Eddie Kerner. Both of them running similar paint schemes. Go into 1 and 2. Derek M. Smith, yet again, the caboose. This 7-car pull away. Nicole's going to open up the door for the high side of Dark Marble. And number 61 going to work to the highest side. 44 is making a heck of a lot of progress. To work off a 4, he's still wheeling the car, trying to point it straight. Still side by side for that position. This is the battle for 5th place as Marble attempt to move himself forward. Man, look at the 66 of Derek M. Smith wheeling that car. Got really loose off a turn number 2, and he falls back from that 61. And all up front, John Furness is pulling himself forward, trying to rebuild that 1-second gap over that number 12 of Robbie Audi. Furness has been on rails ever since the drop of the green flag, and he's been on rails throughout the season. Excuse me. He won the pole at Auto Club. Unfortunately, a first wreck brought him down. But I would not, if he doesn't pick up the win tonight, I would not surprise if he picks up the win sooner or later with these following weeks. Next race will take place at Indianapolis, the following week at Chicagoland. And then the next race, Daytona International Speedway. So we do run a super speed. We run 2 super speedways. Round number 18 is going to be Talladega. Round number 8, which is coming in 3 weeks at Daytona. 65 laps for both of those races. Should be fun. Talladega is also the elimination, the cutoff race for the playoffs. So top 12 make the playoff as of right now. And as we've shown in points, as the Audi machine gets way out of shape off of turn number 2, going to lose a lot of momentum as he fights the car into position, and probably might get swallowed up by these 2 hungry foes. On that number 42 of Dylan Alt and Matt Kemp. Looks like Audi keeps himself in real estate, but John Furness has checked out into another zip code, but as he's checking out, he's going to get hauled back to jail in his hometown as the caution is going to come out, and a big wreck on the front straightaway has brought us down to pace car speed. Oh, man. Now, by the looks of it, the 21 of Liam Sheen sideways, a bit of blinking going on as well in the mix. And there was wrecking with the 57 Kurt Marble and the 67 Sean Leisure. Nowhere to go. Trying to get an onboard. Bam! And that is the result of bad internet. Not saying it's Liam Sheen's fault, but unfortunately Liam Sheen's internet caused the 57 of Kyle Smalley to go south, and he probably had no idea that was coming. And netcode is 50-50. It's either you blast through it, or unfortunately for the 57, you get caught up in it. That will bring us down, as I said, to pace car speed. Pit road's going to be open this time by the people involved in that wreck: Sean Leisure, Kyle Smalley, and Liam Sheen. And that gives a bit of a break to that number 32 of Aaron Mulrooney Jr. And these people are dipping off the edge of pit road. I don't know if they're going to get a black flag of that, as the yellow cone goes flying off the racetrack. People are going to go ahead and come on in for 4 tires. Obviously, if you go for 2, you're trying to die, and the 14 overshoots his pit stop just a slight. Probably going to lose a couple of positions as they work in and out. And off of pit road first, John Furness, no surprise, with a nice pit stop of a 14.37. And Dylan Alt gonna come out in second place, 14.47. The biggest loser off of that was one of the people with a faster pit stop in the 13-second range, 13.95. Robbie Audi has fallen all the way to 5th place. For now, just joining us here for tonight, welcome you here live right now for the Atlanta 200. Atlanta round number 4 out of 23 in the NFRL Berserker Series at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Eddie Kerner has, I think, dropped out. He's running at 25th as of right now. And there's no internet response being played in that number 2's favor. And I think he's going to go to the rear. Actually, not just going to go to the rear, but he's dropping through the standings as of right now. So the number 2 of Eddie Kerner is not looking well as of right now, unfortunately. Has led 29 out of the 31 laps we ran. Robbie Audi has only led one. I think that was off of the first initial green flag. So we're going to scroll through the field fairly quickly. John Furner's currently up front. Started first, currently is in first. Dylan, oh! Outside pole sitter, started in second, now currently is in second. Matt Kemp was in third, and pulls himself alongside of the number 42 machine to Robbie Audi. Fourth place, Kirk Marble. In fifth, Zach Coles has pulled himself from all the way to the back and fish lines himself forward to sixth place. Derek M. Smith, seventh. Chase Onser in eighth. Morgan Baird, or Bard, in ninth. Tyler Logan in 10th. Thomas Harmon, 11th. Vince Marsh in 12th. Mark 11, 13th. Joshua Crane, 14th. Pete Gilson, 15th. Cosman Eisenhower, 16th. Presley Gilson, 17th. Connor Crichton, 18th. Carl Hamburg, 19th. And rounding out 20th place is Mark Stryker in number 77. As here we go, preparing for this green flag, a double file action. The number 82 gonna elect the inside lane for the restart. That's pretty smart, especially with these new tires.
Green flag, green
Grip
flag.
matters here for these first couple of green flag laps. The 82 gets a nice restart. Kent's gonna go ahead and slide himself into second place. Nice as of right now. Oh, we got trouble. The 10 goes sideways and into the heart, into the safer barrier it goes. Everybody piling in. The 10 goes flipping. That's Morgan Baird. We were just talking about him in the number 10 machine. He was running top 15 at the time of when he got turned, and multiple cars involved in this one, and the number 10's day is done. And that is, oh my gosh. Wow. Right off a restart too. Gonna see what happened as they work themselves into 1 and 2. And Derek M. Smith washed up right into the 10. Might have been a bit of net code, but unfortunately I think that one's on the 62 and sliding in. Pancaking that 10's door was the number 33. Or 53, I think. No, it wasn't. Slap the outside wall and trying to find who the car who slid into them. Bam, right there. Up and over. It's a, yeah, it was the 33. Apologies about that. Eric Lyda was a person who slid in on impact. Having on board as, didn't check up in time and slapped into the number 92, Cosman Eisenhower. Presley Gilson also involved. Luckily for him, his motor isn't done for, but has a lot of front end damage on that machine. I didn't expect anybody to pit, but we do have some takers on pit road as of right now from 15th on back. Actually 13th on back, starting with Eric Lyda, or maybe 12th, or 11th, or 10th. I don't even know who came in. Oh yeah, by the looks of it, it's 10th on back. Well, all came in. That was pretty big for Atlanta. From NR 2003, I own a shoe. I own a shoe. You need a. I'm sorry, guys. I'm horrible at pronouncing names. English, even though it's my first language, I am Filipino. And I basically learned my English off of my mom. Whatever, not the point. Coming under caution as of right now. I think this is our third caution. 10 caution laps. So about a fourth. That's how I heard it from Dewey. But Dewey calls him from his first name. I think we're gonna double up this time by yes we are, but I'll add another caution lap, so just about a fourth of this race has been ran under caution. Classic Atlanta, I'd say. Cautions here and there, just dotting the race. But if we do get a green flag stint, these drivers are going to have to fight the car as much as they can to pull themselves forward. So John Furness in number 82, still your leader. Number 44, Zach Coles, has pulled himself into 4th place off that restart. I'm pretty sure he's going to be a threat for that lead, as John Furness is probably going to be under attack for the first time tonight if the 44 does move himself into 2nd. But he is starting on the outside. That number 44 is Zach Coles. Matt Kemp, number 48. Yet again, meeting up with his rival at Martinsville. Going to take it for the green flag. The 82 still leads the charge as pace car going to slide itself onto pit road. Going to go ahead and silence myself as we're going to crank it up for this green flag.
Green, green, green.
lead. Zach Nichols is putting the pressure on that number 82, and he slid himself into second place, just as I predicted. And here we go. Can the number 82, John Furness, hold off that number 44 of Zach Nichols? Find out here in just about 5 laps. Nichols is looking faster on the shorter run. Really could hook up that bottom of 3 and 4 and pull himself to the back side of the 82, but 82 running a more wider arc. Pretty much momentum gain throughout the corner. So all these people, top 4, running fairly close with each other. Battle for 5th is going to go rage on as we got a battle for Dylan Alt and Thomas Harmon. This came out of nowhere, that number 38 has pulled himself from 31st position. It is now knocking on the door. That 42 of Dylan Alt. There's a big break from 4th to 5th. So right now, everybody behind Dylan Alt trying to follow in real estate. To go side by side there for, I think it's 66 of Derek Smith. Under attack. Number 16 of Joshua Crane. Momentarily, but man, look at the 82 dead sideways off the corner. Still holding off Zach Nichols as he now works himself to the bottom side of the racetrack. Side by side into the 1 and 2. Can the 82 hold the outside line? Can't. New leader, Zach Nichols. Himself off of 4 and across the start-finish line. Nichols is already starting to pull away. A half a second gap, or a quarter of a second gap, over that number 82 of John Furness. Nichols doesn't want to do is screw it up like he did at Auto Club a couple weeks ago, and Furness is really fighting the car. Furness is not liking how the car is working out to his favor, and that 82 is just about dead sideways. On entry in the 3 as well. You usually don't see them loose on entry, but I think Furness is turning the car a bit too much. More than he wants to. Either way, it sets up the battle for second place, and Audi wants to pull himself forward to the inside. Attempting to pull himself in front of the 82. Robbie Audi is going to drag along the number 48 of Matt Kemp with him. Furness starting to fall back. Soon enough, the number 42, Dylan Alt, may be in tow. As of right now, everybody's running fairly nicely. We'll go ahead and shout out the back half of the field. These people race week to week. They probably know they're not week-to-week contenders, but they still log themselves out on the racetrack. Mark Stryker, haven't really talked about him. Started 34th, didn't even qualify. He's pulled himself up 10 positions. Now running in the mid-field section. He's working himself off of 4. Right behind him, Joseph Kizek. He's had unstable runs. Kizek was qualified in the 11th position as he works the top side. Kevin Foster in the 83. You've seen that name punch in and out. As, oh my goodness, the person right behind him, that's Pete Gilson. He's going to go in the inside wall. Stays on the apron. Unfortunately, you saw it right in front of your screen. I don't know if nobody's in his way, though. Unfortunately, the 18 and Pete Gilson might be lapped with that damage as he works himself on the apron. But the people who show up week to week just like to log in some laps. As I said, some of those people are pretty much not visible up front most of the time, but we shout out to them for them. Oh my goodness, we got a couple cars just stopped on the apron. Mark Stryker is one of them. The 53 of Joseph Kizek is another. I think they were just letting the leader by of that 44, but as I said, There's people who run in the back. Still have a big smile on their faces as they work around the Atlanta Motor Speedway. So props to them for showing up every week, helping this league out. Focusing up front. Top 5. Just about within 2 seconds of each other. Yes, Norse Force does have an SK Modified series, not broadcasted though. It's not broadcasted by me. It's broadcasted by the V-Speed Racing Network, which is on Twitch. Fairly nice drivers that run that series too. I know McCollum runs that. He's now a pro driver. The people who go week to week in the SKs, like on the actual official iRacing SKs, the one who makes setups, those people run week to week. And as I mentioned, McCollum, he's now a pro driver. These people might be pitting, I don't know. Pete Gilson on pit road as of right now, one car in and out. That's Presley Gilson in the number 19. Kyle Smalley still on the racetrack, but currently repairing as much as he can on pit road as work on lap number 57. Audi, one of the more balanced cars, very aggressive. Can't really catch that number 44 is Zach Nichols. Nichols is, as you look at the last lap speed, a mile per hour off. They're still fairly close though, but Nichols is still carrying some long run speed as of right now, as they work themselves on the front straightaway. Audi gonna slide up and attempt the middle groove this time. That bottom groove is fairly rubbered in. Everybody is fanned out. So if we do have a wreck, it has to be a single car wreck. Look at all these cars running that middle groove of the racetrack in 3 and 4. I don't think they like the bottom. But to me, that is the fastest way around, as you saw Zach Nichols on the bottom side. Audi is sort of trying to make something happen in that middle groove as he gets loose. Hasn't ran up there, and there's no grip. Not as much rubber in there as of right now. If you get too much rubber, it'll slick off the track even more. And we'll take a look at the track temperature. And it's cooled down to 107. So weather is just around 84. So Audi's trying to make something happen on that third groove. Just can't do it though. Furnace really eating that gap up. Like, I was gonna make a comparison, but never mind. You see, Furnace could hook up the bottom, and that's where Audi is loose. Audi is just about a half groove up, and that's losing him some time. Nichols has this track nailed down, head to toe. And you see right there, Audi is just too loose to really fight anything. I'm pretty sure they're going to go side by side here momentarily. And you heard the wheel spin right off of 4. 82 going to peek to the high side. Into 1 he goes. We'll see what Furnace does. Very low. Quarter panel. into 3 side by side. Furnace pulling out ahead of Audi, but Audi keeping it nice and strong on the high side. Can't really get some grip up there. As I work on lap number 63. Into 1 and 2. And Furnace shoots ahead in the 1. Nichols is gone. That AC Delco machine has checked out. So he goes ahead and laps along the number 57 as Skylar Carnes. Poor Skylar has been involved in multiple wrecks week to week. Hopefully he has a great showing. Maybe coming next week at... I think next week we go to... at Iowa. And we run 120 laps there, so a fairly short race. This is, I think, the longest race of the season. Actually, it is 200 miles in total. I think this is about as much as an NIS race. No, it's not. NIS runs... Oh, hold up. Let me bring out my calculator. Apologies about that. The taskbar showing up. 163 laps get ran for NIS, or 162. A total of 130 laps are being ran here tonight. With this long run coming into play, this is very, very much fanning out the field. It's 163 because this is a 500-mile race for NIS. It's 163 because Atlanta isn't a... It's not exactly a 1.5 miler because they reconfigured the track in 1994 when they made it a quad oval. It was 1.5 miles when it was an actual oval, like Homestead. I'm surprised they kept its multi-groove features throughout its life. But man, I'd love to race on the 1994 version when it looked just about like Homestead. Man, you say people aren't fighting the car, the number 44 of Zach Nichols is getting real loose inside that machine. And that number 82 of John Furness has put some kind of adrenaline in his car, and he is eating a lot of gap right now. Look at the last lap between these drivers, 3 miles per hour faster than your leader. And that number 44 is Zach Nichols. Nichols has been running a steady line throughout the go, but Furness he's finding speed on the high side. Maybe that just tells that number 44 to maybe swap lanes. You never know, but that 82 has found some speed on the high side, and here goes Zach. He's gonna use the middle groove and try to make something happen. I'm very, very surprised. So he gets loose. He's on the wall. No, the leader's gonna wreck. Oh my goodness! That's the second time this season Zach Nichols has some type of issue in the lead, and he's gonna lose it. Luckily, doesn't throw it away. And look how high up on the racetrack that number 82 is. A Furnace. Oh, Nichols is still sideways! Oh my goodness. Nichols has really fallen off. And the 82 of Mr. Larson has pulled it up front, but a caution is gonna bring us back down onto pit road. And wrecking for 10th place, that'd be Vince Marsh in the number 14. And that was looking interesting, coming in there with about around lap 40. Also involved, number 81 at Chase Bonser. It's one of the proximity machines, but we're gonna see what happened as they work down the back straightaway. Oh my goodness. Wow. Bonser was slow. Screaming in. Oh my goodness, yeah. I think that's Thomas Harmon. Oh, more cars involved. This, man, there's more than 2 cars just involved in that wreck. Harmon pulled to the inside. Hold on. Thomas pulled to the inside, and Vince had no idea Bonser was there, because Bonser was already losing it. And the 5 of Tyler Logan involved, and I think that's Joshua Crane in the number 16, who was also in it as well. Pit road's open. Everybody gonna come in and take 4 tires. If you take 2, you're committing suicide. Man, off of pit road first, we're gonna have a new leader. The number 48 of Matt Kemp has pulled himself up front, and the 44 is probably electing to fix his damage from that slap of the wall, and he was looking real strong on that run, but unfortunately gonna be brought back down. To a halt. All these cars in front of the 48 either will elect to go on the pit road or will take the wave around. They elect to go on the pit road though, so 19 cars on the lead lap. In total, we have just about 58 laps remaining. Excuse me. We went about, I think, 44 that last run. Kyle Smalley in the 57 has returned onto the racetrack and is pulling himself forward, trying to log as many laps to get ahead of Derek M. Smith, who was disconnected from the session. There he is in front of your screen, Matt Kemp, who finished in 4th place, I think, at Martinsville. Probably the fastest car the whole race last week. Comes up short in the green-white checkered scandal. He probably definitely, he definitely got robbed of the win last week. Nicole's taking the checkered flag, his first of the season. Speaking of Nicole's, he's going to start 11th for the restart. Nicole's has been very strong on short runs, but when it comes to a long run, that 44 starts to break. And we saw it prior to the caution. Zach Nicole's, those tires looked like icicles. They were slipping out of control. Luckily for him, a caution does save him. And he could rebound himself forward, but he's gonna have to work through 9 cars to get himself up front. As of right now, Matt Kemp is trying to get redemption of what he got in Martinsville. On the outside, that's gonna be the number 82 of John Furness, and a person who's missing a rear bumper is that number 30. Not 32, I was talking 82 of John Furness, but 32 of Aaron Mulrooney Jr. Doesn't have a rear end. Wondering how that'll affect his race car and this restart. If the 32 doesn't go, that'll jam up the 4, the 42, and the 44. That's Carl Hanworth, Dylan Alt, and Zach Nicole is right behind that 32 of Aaron Mulrooney Jr. Find out here as the pace car lines itself and shoots itself onto pit road to get out of the way of the Xfinity cars. We're going to go back green. The number 48, Matt Kemp.
Green.
Restart. that 32 of Rooney. Still has the speed, even though he's missing a rear end. He's pulling himself forward. Zach Nichols is trying to split it 3 wide against him as a 32 is a roadblock as of right now to him. The number 9 of Derek Winter is now coming out of nowhere. A bit of front end damage from on his machine. Still running well in that number 9. He's sitting in 6th place as of right now. I think that's the highest he's been all day. As the 20, the 44 of Zach Nichols was looking to clear himself out as he had contact with the 32 of Aaron Mulrooney. And Robbie Audi had to check up because of it. Now it's a Matt Kemp show as he's checking out by the zip code. So fun to watch the 44 Zach Nichols pull himself through the field and work himself forward. We've seen him do it before. To the low side, fighting for 5th place. Handwork and Nichols worked themselves into 3. 3-car pull away for that 2nd place. Furnace trying to get as much real estate as he can on the number 48 of Matt Kemp. Here we go. Another unknown person has pulled himself into this picture. Thomas Harmon, who's sandwiched between John Furnace and that 42 of Dylan Alt. Furnace did not get a good 1 and 2. That nearly turned the 38 around, and it opens up the door for the 44 of Zach Nichols to boost himself to the low side. He's trying to take position. As all this shuffling and battling is going on for this 5th place, Matt Kemp, as I said, is GTFOing. Wants to get away as much as he can to set himself up for that long run, if we do get it. And it would suck to get a caution right now because that lead is half a second forward. Look how low Nichols is on the apron. That car can really, really hook it up. He's the only car I see who can hook up that bottom groove. It's such as there's like 2 grooves on that bottom side. Man, look at him. He's putting the left side tires all the way on that white line. I think just to turn the car. If you clip it just right, that 44 right there, the center of the car is just about on that white line. And that's where he's gaining speed. And obviously, unfortunately, it plays the dividends coming in for that long run. Might unbalance the tires just a slight as they wore off on that longer run. Furnace is trying the same thing. Can't really hook it up more. I think the 44, Zach Nichols, has the car to beat as of right now. But he's going to have to go up against his Martinsville rival, that 42 of Matt Kemp. 42? What am I saying? That's the 48. As they work off of turn number 2. And down the back straightaway. Look at them work that wheel. We go on board as Nick Miller requested for a lap. That 44 is Zach Nichols waiting on the throttle, feathering it in all the way out as just about half throttle, and he's still wheeling the car to get it alongside that outside wall. He's working the wheel real hard, especially off of exit. I'm pretty sure everybody is. He had to work the wheel a bit too much. And now he's starting to lose time on that number 82, John Furness. Zesty's right, he's digging. It's pretty signature for Zach. Oh my gosh, he's loose! Oh, jeez. Nearly lost it. Off of 4, but you could only do that for so long. That's Nicole's. Oh, man. The third and first place cars both just about reenacted the same thing. Matt Kemp got 2 sideways, though, and here comes the 82, John Furness. He wants that lead back. Knocking on the rear end, and that number 48. Still trying to wheel it. This whole top 5 is just about the same exact tires. So much can, but Kemp is still rolling the bottom. I'm pretty surprised on how much that 82 of John Furness worked up that third lane, but we're only about half of what the run was last caution, prior to the last caution. And they're working on their 15th lap as of right now. Excuse me. Here we go, battle for the lead. Furness gonna shoot up to the high side. Bring up all that momentum. And all that potential energy. It's just like science. The higher you go, the more potential you have. Brings it down to kinetic energy. Onto the straightaways. If this was the final lap, Matt Kemp has to take away that 82's line to be even. Working on lap number 90 as of right now, 89 to be exact. This battle for the lead is brewing up. Battle for 5th place, actually 4th place. Bobby Audi going to work himself to the inside of number 42, Dylan Alta right above the corner. And Audi pulls himself forward. Furness is running a groove higher. On the 48, tapping the apron there, just a slight. Gets a straighter exit off. I think Furness is just about askew on what line to take to get the run off of exit to pull himself alongside that 48. Furness is definitely faster, but that 44 of Zach Nichols is putting the pressure. And he's pulling forward of this leader of Matt Kemp. Furness gonna shove it to the high side. Nichols is still trying to work for some real estate. That time by the 48. Gonna work himself to the low side, but since the 82 picked the middle lane in the 1 and 2, carries the momentum to the bottom side of the racetrack, and new leader, John Furness in the 82, as he slides it off the corner. Gonna protect the bottom. Hopefully Kemp doesn't pull a crossover. He's looking to the inside, but can't do it. Furness to the front. Nice job. I think there's just so much rubber built up on that bottom. They can't even roll it anymore. And usually into 3 and 4 with shorter stint races, that bottom groove is the place to be. But we saw Furness working up against the wall, not only just in 1 and 2, he worked it up in 3 and 4 as well. Furness is winning his car forward and strong. Not only that, is he picking the right lanes to run. He's getting a straighter exit off. Slow in, fast out. Right up against the Monster Energy banner, using as much track as he can. That's offered to him. Elects the middle side this time by. Oh my goodness, you saw right behind Zach Nichols, just about lost it off of turn number 2. Nichols is still clipping the apron, trying to turn that car. Now, track conditions might change rapidly as a blanket of cloud has come over the speedway. Yes, indeed, it is his 3rd pole. Furnace has started up front 3 times and has yet to take a checkered flag. Maybe today's the day. Number 82 looking strong as of right now, but Matt Kemp really putting the pressure. Gets a bit loose off of turn number 2. All these cars are fairly much pushing forward, but if we do get a caution, we'll obviously hit a reset button. The only way for a caution to come is either an admin throws it or a car spins out onto the racing surface. Fern is going to work up right up against the wall. But as the leaders pull himself on the 100 to go, lap 100 mark, we're going to scroll through the field. We see some battles going on. The number 38 of Thomas Harmon has some company from number 32 of Aaron Mulrooney Jr. Mulrooney obviously missing a rear end as he works himself to the inside. And also the number 9, Derek Winter, also in tow. Carl Hanwork right behind. Cosman, I own a shoe. I own a shoe. I own a shoe. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I own a shoe. Cosman, I own a shoe. I need to say his name correctly. But luckily for him, that wreck, that left side damage into turn number 3 didn't affect him as much. He's still running into 10th position. Connor Crichton also in real estate as well, but very far behind of where Cosman is running. Kevin Foster, Vince Marsh running 12th and 13th. Mark Love and Skylar Carnes, who's missing a front end, is running in 15th place. Mark Stryker currently running 17th. And lap traffic going to play into effect. Chase Bonser. Oh my gosh, there's a wreck in front of the leader. Ah! Oh jeez. Whoever that was on the apron of the racetrack, Mark Love, was dead sideways. And there's, my goodness. Watch Mark Love and number 43 dead sideways. Ah! Oh, what a save. John Furness is looking like Kyle Larson right now, running right against the fence. Boy, he is gaining a ton of time. And as I said, not only running the fence in 1 and 2, doing it in 3 and 4 as well. And he's keeping his car straight.
Yellow, yellow,
Oh
yellow.
no, are you kidding me? Oh, Zach Nichols just wrecked it. Oh no. The car who was looking fastest on the racetrack has wrecked it off of turn number 4. And he was running 5th at the time of the caution. Trying to hold off. Number 12, a Robbie Audi. Oh, and around he goes. Clocks right nearly into the 42. The 42, and Dylan Alt may have some right side damage because of that. And we're gonna hit a reset button. That's, I think, the second self spin of the season for that 44. Zach Nichols, unfortunately, was bound to losing it. He was fighting the car, but unfortunately it lost away. And caution comes out. Everybody gonna elect for 4, and that erases the fuel window of what we were gonna have. Four tires for everybody. And as I said, a big reset button. In and out off of pit road. Can we go? Furnace is gonna come out in 2nd. Vince Marsh has stayed on the racetrack. He pitted 31 to go. Mark Love also staying out on the racetrack as well. Everybody else coming in by the looks of it. Before we go dive into statistics, I want to thank everybody for coming in for the Atlanta 200, round number 4 out of 23 NFRL Berserker series right here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Obviously located in Georgia. If it was located in Indiana, that would have been fantastic. Maybe you walk in the park from where my house was, but here in Atlanta, also known as Hotlanta, the track roughed up. Hasn't been, I don't think it's been repaved since 1997 when it was reconfigured. They were planning on reconfiguring this thing. Keselowski's yelled at NASCAR and said, "No, don't repave this thing." One of the more positive things that Keselowski has done to the sport of NASCAR. Plus for him. And it's been bumpy ever since. The more this track ages, the more better. Yeah, the more better. What am I saying? The better it gets. Just like wine. I think that's how wine works. I haven't really. It's been a while since I tried wine. Ourselves off of turn number 4. Hopefully we get the 1 to go signal this time, or maybe next time, bud. Matt Kemp getting a taste of what the grass tastes like. Skidding along his left side along the grass. Indeed, we do get the 1 to go signal. So let's go over statistics. Thank you for subscribing, Dwight. John Furness. His average start is literally 2. He started in, is a 2.0, his average start. But his average finish is an 8. The person with the highest average finish is Aaron Mulrooney Jr., who is now sitting in 3rd without a rear end. Evan Rice, in the number 8, who is 3 laps down, has a 7.0 average. Connor Crichton, 8.0 average. And Thomas Harmon, who is running inside the top 10 as of right now, looking to boost up his average as well. So Mulrooney is showing out of nowhere. What's also showing, well, what didn't show up for him is his rear bumper. Well, we're not going to mind that. John Furness is looking to capitalize here for these final 30 laps.
Green.
Of Fort. Green flag. Back up through the gears they go, and Furness is trying to clear that number 48 of Matt Kemp. Turns number 1. By the looks of it, he will. Three wide in the midfield of the section. Midfield of the section. What am I trying to say? Midfield. Section midfield. I forgot what commentating was. We were looking three wide around where the 38, the 42, and the 12. Harmon, Dylan Alt, and Robbie Audi. They work themselves in 1 and 2. Everybody hugging the bottom line. Themselves off of 4. Matt Kemp is not looking to gain as much ground, but still within leader's grasp. Mulrooney is keeping up without a rear bumper. That is some resilience on that number 32. Mulrooney is one heck of a driver. He smashed that whole rear end out. Probably intimidating that number 9 of Derek Winter. As they work themselves off of 4. Boy, I think that gap is closing very, very slightly. They're fairly close, only a 10th off of each other's times as they work down the back straightaway. Still up front, John Furness in number 82. Oh boy. You gotta hold your breath for the final 20 laps. Because if a caution does come out. If a caution does come out now, I'm pretty sure we're gonna be contemplating on pit road. Double wide here for third position. The number 9 of Derek Winter is going to scoot himself to the low side. They're boxed in. That number 4. And that 12 of Robbie Audi. The 4 with a nice move to the inside of the 32 of Aaron Mulrooney Jr. Robbie Audi going to force the issue. 3 wide on the front straightaway as he's in the grass. Still 3 wide. Audi gets pinched. Has to clip the apron to get himself some real estate. Mulrooney is now losing positions, but he's still going to gain a lot of points by the looks of it. He's looking strong. Both cars are loose of the 4 and the 12. Look at all those proximity cars running up in tow. The only proximity car missing from this pack is the 67 of Sean Deezer, who wrecked out earlier. He's sitting in 31st. Well, fans, with 20 to go, go ahead and type your chats in and predict who's going to win this race. My pick will be that number 82, John Furness. He's been working up the high sides, especially on long runs, pulling himself forward. Top 2 have gapped themselves between from 9th place. But Robbie Audi is trying to force the issue and work himself under the 9 of Derek Winter to take that 3rd spot. Winter's still showing some speed up against the high banks, right up against the wall. He's going to pull forward of Robbie Audi. Winter's way up the racetrack. Audi trying to clear. Can't do it. There's a dogfight for 3rd place. And nobody's giving room. Handwork gets turned. Saves the car. Dylan Alt involved. And we keep ourselves under green. Oh, there's another wreck. Into the inside wall goes the 12 of Audi. Slides up the racetrack. Will that bring a caution out? No, it won't. We're going to get a replay of what happened. And by the looks of it, the 12 try to pull a slide job on the number 9. Could not do it. And Audi is going to drop all the way to 14th place. Duking it out with handwork. Vince Marsh is dead sideways. Now it all relies on this on these last 15 laps. Hanward's gonna be not to offend the viewers, but he's gonna be a pissed off man. He's trying to work himself around the 83. Handwork was running in the top 5 position when he got turned by the number 42, Dylan Alt, who's running 10th as of right now. Both cars have damage. Zach Nichols in the 44 has worked himself after that spin into 3rd place, but 2 seconds is probably too much. Too little. Not too much. Too little of time to really gain. No pun intended. 12 to go. Working around the lap car. I think that's Evan Rice in the number 8. Yes, indeed it is. Rice currently running in 19th place. Started in 19th. Unfortunately, by the looks, obviously, the looks of that damaged race car was involved in a wreck earlier. Coming up on more lap traffic. Bonser in the 81 is trying to survive. He's in front of Evan Rice. In front of him by a lap. We got a car on the apron. Who the heck is that? I think it's Kizek. Slides it to the inside. Oh, he stopped. He stopped on the racetrack. He's stuck. He's stuck on the wall. Or no, he's not. He finally gets unstuck. Will that bring a caution out, though? Gonna get a replay of what happened to the 53. Oh, just lost it off the corner. Dodges the blue cone, plus 1 point. And trying to save the car, but that apron, too slippery for him. That does not bring the caution out, though. Unfortunately, to Kizek, he does go a lap down. Going to lose 2 positions to Mark Stryker and Skylar Carnes. And this time we see 10 to go. Zach Nichols has pulled himself into 2nd place. What a drive by that number 44. He's still fighting the car. Speaking of fighting the car, the 48 of Matt Kemp is dead sideways off of 2. Speed-wise, the 82 is faster. We got a dogfight for 4th place now. There's about 4 or 5 cars under this blanket. Aaron Mulrooney, Cosman Ionishu, Derek Winter. Cosman coming from all the way in the back in 20th place to work himself into the top 5. Derek Winter, Thomas Harmon in the number 38, working the middle side. Cosman now works himself into the bottom side, trying to work around his teammate of the 32, Mulrooney. All these drivers running loose, and boy, it's looking like a Dale train off of 4 as Cosman's trying to sniff up from that 32, Mulrooney. Inside that 92 goes. What a drive by Zach Nichols to rebound from that self-spin into 2nd place. Ionishu goes to the low side. Mulrooney is loose. They still do get out side by side. Mulrooney is loose yet again. This battle depletes itself though, Ionishu is looking strong but running mid. These people are running out of time. 4 to go this time by. Furnace has moved himself up along the high side and working that Larson lane. Probably the only person to work that third groove, and it worked right into this favor. And he's starting to pull from the 44 Zach Nichols. 3 laps to go. Right against the fence. Matt Kemp seems off pace.
Yellow flag is out.
Jello! What the heck? Are you kidding me? That is not what Furnace wanted. Oh my. Of course, because this is iRacing, guys. We had to. We just had to. Oh my goodness. Connor Crichton. Oh, lost. Wow. Lost it on entry, overcorrects, right into the outside wall it goes. He was running last on the lead lap, fighting out with... No, he was riding out with 10th place. And the question comes, 2 tires or 4? Oh. You hate to be in Furnace's position. If you stay out, everybody else is going to come in right behind. But if you come in, there's definitely going to be a person that's going to stay out. Like, no doubt about it. There's contact on pit road. The 44, Zach Nichols. Front end damage on the car. I think you have to go for 4. If you're gonna go for 2, that's just suicide. And they're into the box. Oh gosh, right side tires up. Left side tires up. The 32 is gonna elect for 2. Who's gonna go off the pit road first? Yo! It's gonna be the 32 of Mulrooney. Zach Nichols beating out for 2nd. And Mulrooney takes 2 tires. Mulrooney elects for 2 tires. And that might have given the race to the 44, is Zach Nichols. Because Nichols is going to start on the inside. Uh-oh, that is not good. I have no idea what I did. Apologies about that. I accidentally pressed the Windows key and made everything go haywire. Alright.
Just being on.
There we go. Overlay's not showing up. Uh-oh, that's not good. I'm gonna restart ATVO, just give me a moment. But since Mulrooney elected for 2, that gives the inside to the 44 is Zach Nichols. Furnace is gonna have to start up on the high side. think we're gonna get the one to go this time by. Oh no, there's if, and, or, but. There's a lot of things that could happen. And of course, as every race goes, let me give you a stat. Three of the last 4 races have ended in a green-white checkered situation. And here we go, Mulrooney leading his first laps of the night. Will attempt to take 2 tires to the go. Coming to green this time by. Zach Nichols is probably in the best position as of right now. Furnace has to, hopefully, oh, the 32 spins its tires, 4 wide for the lead, and that might be a black flag, passing before the start-finish line on the 44. And not only that, changing lanes on the restart, but they are still side by side for the lead. I think Nichols has to do whatever he can to get himself in position, but he's probably going to slide into second. And Furnace retakes the lead as they work off the turn number 4. This time by white flag. This time by the 43s in the wall. Mark Love. White flag all the way to the low side in the grass. Goes Cosman. Furnace goes up the track. Opens the door for the 44. We're setting for a photo finish here. Harmon's out of nowhere, wrecking the back. Out of the harm's way. Nichols might have gotten black flag, but I'm not sure, but not going to matter. The number 82 of John Furnace, finally a winner here in the NFRL series. Mike Harmon coming out of nowhere. To pull himself into second place. And indeed, the 44 does get a black flag. Zach Nichols will finish 17th due to that restart. And finally, it took him a while. The person who won the most pulls in the NFRL Berserker series will take it to the checkered flag. And he's going to burn it down here momentarily. Congratulations. What a drive by John Furnace, leading, leading 89 of the scheduled 130. Zach Nichols comes up in second. These are working themselves onto the front straightaway. Burn it down. Burn it down, John. You earned this one. Full results going to be shown on your screen. John Furnace, Thomas Harmon, Cosman Ionishu, Carl Hanwork, Matt Kemp. Rounding out the top 5, Derek Winter, Mark Love, Robbie Audie, Vince Marsh, Kevin Foster going to round out the top 10. Mark Stryker, Dylan Alt, Aaron Mulrooney, who is probably the car who got wrecked. I'm not sure. Joseph Kizek, Skylar Carnes, Connor Crichton, Zach Nichols, again, got black flag for the restart. Evan Rice, Bryson Clark, Chase Sponsor. Gonna round out the top 20. Pete Gilson, Presley Gilson, Tyler Logan, Joshua Crane, Kirk Marble, Derek M. Smith, Kyle Smalley, Eric Galida, Morgan Bard, Morgan Baird, excuse me, Eddie Kerner rounds out the top 30. And the rest of the field, Sean Leader, Liam Sheen, and Dylan L. Parker. Dylan did not start the race in the number 25. Congratulations to number 82 of John Furness. We're going to be right back right after this. Play a couple commercials, and we're going to interview the top 3.
Okay, we're going to keep this quick.
Because at Blaze Pizza,
Artisanal quality at crazy fast speed is what we're all about.
Fresh dough made from scratch daily.
Walk the line and choose any toppings you'd like.
It's all one price.
Then it's just 180 seconds in our blazing hot oven.
For fast fire perfection.
That's Blaze Pizza. Sound good?
Then come check us out and build your own pizza at Blaze Pizza.
And we are back here live at Atlanta Motor Speedway, getting ready to go ahead and set up interviews for the Atlanta 200, the NFRL Berserker Series. My name is Zico Reyes. Going to be interviewing all these top 3, John Furness, Thomas Harmon, and Cosmin Ionescu. So, by the looks of it, Thomas Harmon is not in the booth yet, but we're going to go ahead and drag in your winner here for tonight. John Furness goes into the booth, and probably the fastest driver in the NFRL Berserker Series, winning 3 of the 4 poles here tonight. John, finally, execution played into your favor, and you take the checkered flag, man. Congratulations. Talk to me what was going through your head when the caution came out.
oh no, not again. Kidding. Somebody's gonna take 2. Somebody's gonna stay out. Somebody always tries it. It never ever works, but you know, I knew it was gonna happen. I figured he was gonna spin his tires. I was just hoping and praying that he wouldn't come up into the side of me, and of course he didn't. And then Zach got caught passing him because he had nowhere to go. But that, you know, that is what it is. It stinks, but I'm happy to get the win. It was a good run. I absolutely love this car on this track. It was a lot of fun tonight. Wish we could have had a little bit longer green flag runs because, man, once we got out there about 20 so odd laps, it was a lot to handle. It was fun, man. This is the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah, and speaking of long runs, you were the one and only person to work that third groove, especially in 1 and 2. But not only in 1 and 2, you were working the third groove in 3 and 4, which we never see here, especially at a track like Atlanta. But talk to me how the car played into your favor tonight.
Yeah, well, it's got a full tank of fuel, so it was really sliding around a lot. Because I wasn't sure if we were going to need it, have enough fuel to run towards or to the end. And usually the third groove doesn't work in 3 and 4, but I was able to not make any time, I guess, but not lose any time. Just kind of stayed like the same with my lap times up there. So I was having fun because, of course, it always feels cooler to run the top, like you're Kyle Larson or something.
Yeah, I was just talking about that, how Larson runs up against the fence. You were looking like him, especially on the longer runs. You were flying away, right up against the fence. How was it being up against the wall for the first time here at Atlanta?
Believe it or not, it was a lot better than being on the bottom, because especially off turn 2, car was just wicked loose. You just couldn't get back to the throttle at all, and if you did, it would just slide right around. But on the top, you could carry more throttle, and not really worry about losing the rear end as much. It was a lot of fun. I wish we had 100 more laps, caution-free maybe, and yeah, can't wait to do it again.
Yeah, man, we go to Iowa next week, another multi-groove track. Congratulations, first off, on the win. Any sponsor to thank for tonight's race?
Yeah, I'd like to thank a couple of sponsors. First of all, I'd like to thank you guys for what you do in the booth and the admins for putting on the show. But a couple of sponsors to thank: Butt Kicker, Crockett Creek Beef Jerky, Next Level Racing, and Blaze Pizza for all of their support. Couldn't do it without them.
10-4. Congratulations, John Furness, finally picking up the win here for tonight. Can't wait to go ahead and see you out next week at Iowa.
Yeah, man, we'll be there.
All right, John Furness going to round himself out on top and into second place out of nowhere. Goes the number 38 of Thomas Harmon. And Harmon, you started all the way back in 30th place, and once it came down to the end, you worked yourself up front into the top 5. How was the car tonight, and how'd you execute here for tonight?
Car was pretty good. It was loose. It was fun. It progressively got more and more loose as the run went on, but that makes it fun. You can find out who's the comers and goers at that point. But yeah, it was fun working my way through the field. I need to quit having these qualifying mishaps though.
But lucky for you, you rebounded from that 30th place starting position. You worked yourself. Not only you're supposed to be in third, but obviously the 22, not 22, but the 44 is Zach Nichols with the black flag, and you're gonna round yourself out second here for tonight. What was going through your mind during that final restart?
I just wanted to get a top 5 out of the deal. I wasn't expecting to come away with a second place finish or even a podium. I'd have been perfectly happy with the top 5. I'd been fighting for that all day, and the one time I got close to it, I got loose and got into the wall, and car just wouldn't handle after that. And then luckily for me, a couple cautions come out, tighten the field back up, and I was able to work my way up.
Yep, and you find yourself in second place here for tonight. Congratulations, man, on your second place finish. What can you take off of this race going into Iowa? A track similar like Atlanta, very slippery and bumpy.
I love Iowa. I think I'll be all right. Take what I learned here and apply it next week, and hopefully be able to work and finally.
All right, man. 10-4. Congratulations, man. Any sponsor to thank for tonight's race?
Shout out to the sponsors, for the league, Blaze and Butt Kicker, at least Pizza and Butt Kicker, but also for S2R, Robbie and Wade, all the fans out there watching, you up in the booth, the admins that put on the league, and Albert for being on the.
All right, man. Thomas Harmon gonna round himself out in second after being at the tail end of the field. Congratulations, man. Can't wait to see you at Iowa.
Be there.
That was Thomas Harmon in the number 38, and into final person, definitely not the least person, probably a valuable person, into the booth, the number 92. Oh my gosh, he has anime on his car. Wow. Alright, anyway, into the booth goes the number 92 of Cosman Ionishu, and congratulations, man. Started all the way in 20th place and worked yourself into third. What was going in your mind in that green white checkered?
Thanks, man. It was not much was going through my mind. I was just hoping that we can not wreck. I knew that my teammate took 2 tires, and I did not know what was going to happen. Luckily for us, nothing bad happened. So we were able to just pull away a little bit from 5th, and after that, it was just managing the gap. I wasn't trying to get too much. It was my first race. Don't want to annoy anyone in the first race, honestly.
But you pulled off a good debut here tonight. Not only rounding yourself out on the lead lap, you round yourself out in 3rd place, man. A good finish here for tonight. Gonna pull you up into the points. What can you take from this race going on forward to Iowa?
I don't know really. That was the hardest I've ever had to drive in this game, honestly. So it was really fun though. I can't believe how well the car drove after just taking it easy and managing the tires. I guess that's what I did. I know that I had a top 10 car, not more. Everything else was just chance and luck. Sucks that all of my teammates kind of crashed out or self-spun or something. But I don't know. Iowa should be fun. It's a nice little track, and I really like it.
Yep, 10-4, man. Luck played out to your favor, and you're going to round yourself out in 3rd place. Congratulations, man. Again, any sponsors to thank for tonight's race?
Thank you. My team. Everyone on the team did really awesome. We talked together. We had a good time during the race. And the league itself. Thanks for letting me run.
Alright, man. Cosman and Ionishu going to round out in 3rd place, man. Thank you for obviously coming in here to the booth. Can't wait to see you coming out next week.
Yep, looking forward to it.
And that was Cosman and Ionishu in the 3rd place, started in 20th. And I think that will round out the top 3 here for tonight. Zach Nichols will round himself in 17th. So I think he will lose the points lead because of that mishap. But otherwise than that, I think that'll be the end of it here for tonight. Again, your top 10 being displayed on front of your screen. But now we're going to round it out here for tonight. Next week, we go to Iowa. Obviously, the same time slot here every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Can't wait to go ahead and call that race because I love Iowa. Everybody loves Iowa. If you don't like Iowa, yeah, shame on you. Otherwise than that, thank you all for watching. My name is Ezekiel Reyes. Until next time, we come back at Iowa. Just about like a mini Atlanta. Yeah, I butchered that one. Oh no. Top 10 looks like